Hello, Kentucky Disciples. I'm Dean Phelps, your Interim Regional Minister, and I wanted to take just a few minutes and say a little bit about what we as a regional staff are doing to help mitigate the spread of COVID-19, to help do our part to flatten the curve. Yesterday we decided to close the regional office on Red Mile Road through March 31st. We're hopeful that things will be such that we can be back in the office on April 1st. That really remains to be seen. While we are not in the office, we're not able to answer the phone. However, if you call the office number and leave a voicemail message, we will be able to respond to that promptly. So I do encourage you to reach out and call. Certainly don't hesitate to reach out to us by email. Email is a good way to reach any of us on the regional staff, and it's certainly a good way to reach me. We've also made the difficult decision to cancel the Disciple Women's Spring Conferences that were scheduled for April 18th and April 25th. I know this was a difficult decision, and it's a painful one for many because these are events that bring together women from across your regional church for fellowship, for celebration, for worship, for learning. And it's an event that many folks, many women, many people in the region look forward to from year to year. But again, to reduce the number of in-person gatherings of groups of 10 or more, it was best to go ahead and cancel those events according to the guidelines from the CDC. We're also aware that our camp season may be affected by the virus. We don't really have enough information yet. We feel like we need to take a couple of weeks and see what's going to happen. We know that at least one school system in the region has extended their school year in a way that will overlap with the camp season. So we want to make sure that the Advisory Committee for Kumbaya and the Site Committee for Camp Wakondaho have the opportunity to have these conversations, to look at what the options are that we have for camp. We'd like to say that in a couple of weeks, perhaps around March 31st, we'll have more information. We can talk in more detail about what the camping programs might be, both at Kumbaya and Wakondaho. But right now, we're taking the information that we get from day to day, looking at what our options are. Don't know that we'll necessarily have firm and final decisions by March 31st, but we'd certainly like to be able to say something to the region about what we might be looking at for camp this summer. We're also changing up how district clergy are going to be gathering. Those have been in-person gatherings. We're now starting to set those up via video conference so that clergy come together that way. I had the privilege earlier today of meeting with District 4 with the Metro Disciple clergy via a Zoom video conference. We'll be meeting with several districts tomorrow, including the West Area bivocational pastors or part-time pastors tomorrow evening. So we're starting to get the hang of what it means to have video conference meetings. Most of the regional meetings, as we're preparing for the regional board meeting on May 9th, will do via video conference. It looks like we're going to have that May 9th board meeting also by video conference. As much as I would love to be able to sit down in the room with the regional board to plan our ministry, to look ahead to the regional assembly coming up in October, it's best at this point, we believe, to hold that meeting by video conference. Certainly some things in the region are not being put on pause. I continue to work with congregations that are in search and call, but I'm encouraging those search committees to meet either by video conference or teleconference. We are certainly willing to make the region's Zoom account available to search committees, to church groups as we can, to help you maybe get used to meeting by video conference or to just have the resources so that you don't have to gather in the same room and you're able to maintain that social distance that's important to mitigating the spread of the virus. I think the main thing that I would encourage us to do is to stay connected with one another. I am deeply appreciative of the leadership that many of our pastors have given to their congregations, to the ways that they're thinking about creative ways to do worship, ways that you keep a community connected even though we don't gather for worship in our sanctuaries each Sunday. I would encourage us to stay connected as congregations and pastors as well. We work well when we work together. We're stronger. When we work together, we're better when we work together. So please share what you're doing in your congregation to stay connected. Share how you're reaching out to one another. Share how you're working with your people. A lot of our congregations are making good use of Facebook Live and other video platforms for worship and other communication. And we'd like to be able to share that and just share the ideas among pastors, among congregations, because we are one church. Many different congregations, but one church, called with one mission and one ministry to share the good news of Jesus Christ. God bless you as you continue to work and serve in that ministry, even in uncertain and different, sometimes challenging and sometimes exciting times. God bless you.